So this is probably the longest one I ever made. And this is supposed to be short story session. Oh well. Hello everyone, my name is Michelle and welcome to KT Shorts, and this is my upgraded character. Hehe. So we've been posting this character design for a few months in social media, and many people have been interested in our work. Many people ask about how we animate or how we create our character and asking for our tutorial. We have decided to make a video of how to build a rig and animate. And we brought a special guest for this episode, TJ Toons! So we are going to break all these down and show you how we start our production. Now, take it away, Zach!
Alright, so this is Zach, aka Touching His Microphone, aka Tuna, Kimchi Tuna. I still don't want to pick that name. Alright, so working with the template that I've already got and the sketch that Michelle's already done in Photoshop, the first thing that I'm doing for this rig is I decide how many pieces it's going to be, and I create a little like pencil tool vector artwork for each piece. And I just go in with like we're just doing line work basically, because it's kind of like an x-ray, you can see through the whole thing. And I've also grabbed a screenshot of a nice piece of art TJ did to reference the colors. Grabbed all the colors, and I've got this guy separated into pieces. Just one of his arms and just one of his legs and even one of his eyes right now, because we're gonna save time later by finishing them and then duplicating his arms and his legs and his eyes to create the other side. So yeah, I mean, this is super duper sped up, like 2000%. This was probably 5 hours of work total, sped up into about 5 minutes. So at this point in the video, it's already been like a couple days, because I'm just putting in an hour or two here and there. And, and right now I'm just like really really messing around with this collar. Like, I had fun with it because I don't know, it's kind of it was the trickiest piece that Michelle just put in. It's not even TJ's design. Michelle just drew him in like a collar, like he's an IT guy. And rigging wise, I'm sure you can tell there's like parts that go behind, there's parts that go on the front, and then I have this weird little like like neckline as I sit forward and creak my chair. This is really sped up. Like, it's actually immensely slow and like chill while you're rigging. This is already, at this point in the video, it's been like 3 hours and I spent like a good like hour and a half to 2 hours at least on the collar. Yeah, I mean, what are we doing right now? We're onto the arm. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to recreate a couple of those little hatching lines that Michelle put in. I definitely could have done more, but yeah, put some of that into the arm. Now we're onto the hair. It's only 2 pieces right now. Michelle asked me to split it up more later, so I went back and did that. And I really have fun with the eye, because normally eyes are like really complicated. The head is easily the most. It's just the biggest part of the rig. There's the most going on. What we're doing right now is we're having these kind of like lines on the hair where like there's like an overlay line that'll like disappear when they're touching each other, and then when you take them away, it'll have a line going all the way around. It's like some pro trick. Yeah, the eye was fun to make because eyes are normally complicated, like I mentioned earlier. And with TJ's design, it's the pupil is just massive. Like, the pupil is the eye, and it's not a little dot either. And then he's got the I guess top eyelid and his brow. And so I kind of making an eye out of that. Another 5 hours have passed since I started talking about eyes. Yeah, so at this point I've got all the artwork looking the way I want it to, and I am setting the pivots onto the pegs of each thing. Everything has its own peg, That's kind of rule number one of having a rig, is you split all the pieces up into their own drawing layers, give each drawing layer its own peg, no matter what, just do it, and then you group them with more pegs, and that's just kind of how you go. And then the way that they fit together and they look like how they should when they're sitting on top of each other and near each other is then you use cutters, and that's all Toon Boom is. It's drawings, it's pegs, and it's cutters. And that's when you understand those, then you're really good with Toon Boom. So I've added pivot points to all of the each piece, so that when you rotate them, they rotate like in place where they should, like how you would want it to move. And now what you're seeing, these like red and green lines with handles and these outlines, these are controls. These are deformers that will allow you to change your shape and animate with it, so that you don't have to like redraw. Because the kind of rig I'm doing, this is just a single 3/4 view. We're not rotating this guy all the way around. If we use him more, then we will. But with any rig, even if it rotates all the way around, you still only want to draw everything once. That's like a really good rig. It's one way to do rigs. There's another way to do it where there's a bunch of different drawings, and like each view, like front view, side view, back view, it's all new drawings. But the way I personally prefer it, and the way that gets you higher quality animation, I think, you draw everything once, like I'm showing you here, and then if we wanted to do a side view of TJ, then we would just like animate it into a side view and set like a key pose, and that's a side view. Okay, now we're in the mouths, and this is kind of the end where we've created all our pieces. They look good. That's honestly most of the work, is just creating the pieces and making it look good. You set your pivot points. You add controls, deformers, so that you can animate each piece. And at pretty much at the very end, you create some of the drawing swaps, because you do have some drawings that you want to change, and you don't want to like animate it every time. Like with a mouth, you want to swap through what's called a mouth chart. And as you can see on the left side of the screen, there's a few basic ones. Mouth charts can get really big. I think on average there's like 10, 11, 12 different shapes. Depends on how complicated the character is. I made a happy version of all the mouths, and then I just duplicated and then tweak it a little to make a sad version of all the mouths. And then I did these hands that are like weird, like a more like blobby. They look like that's like a lobster claw. It's like the meat inside of the shell. Like what did I do? Why did I do that? It's definitely a laziness thing. It's because like as a designer, like I'm not as confident as I could be. Like I'll get there because I'm doing more designing now in my current job. And Michelle like wants to be a designer, so she's like, you know, she does good work. But yeah, I'll be like, oh, it's time for hands. Okay, shapes. And then I won't like, there'll be no fingers. Yeah, there you can see it. It's got the, I'm just flipping at the end through all the swaps there. And yeah, for him, I gave him just some simple blanks. The hair's all separated. I duplicated the arms and legs so that they're the exact same. It's really nice, actually. Like, you can set it up so that, like, you create the back one from the front one, right? And then if you change the front one, the back one will automatically change. And it's like, oh my god, so good. So yeah, 4 stages. 4 stages. You have creating each piece of the artwork, making it look good. You have setting your pivots on the peg of each piece of artwork. You have adding controls to the pieces that need it. And then you add in your drawing swaps, your mouth shapes, your blinks, maybe some feet, and some hands. And that's all that goes into a rig, guys. So, yeah! I'll probably make another video, much quicker than this, of kind of just a 101 of zooming in on a very, very simple node view and kind of demoing a character. Maybe the next character I rig, I'll just like spend a minute showing you how a piece works with like a drawing node, a peg, adding a deformer, and then cutters. We'll probably design like a head and or like a chest or something, like a torso, and then you'll be able to see the whole node view. It won't be too big, and you can see, and I'll just you'll be follow along time as I use cutters, explain how they work, and I move at a normal speed and not 2,000%. So yeah, I guess stay tuned for that. I can do that anytime. All right, so next up we have this a finished scene that we wanted to show you guys from I think the last episode we put out because we actually wanted to have TJ Toons on that episode. We didn't end up getting that organized in time. However, he still did send us the really, really nice voice recording. We didn't want to just waste his time, and we wanted to still use it. So we figured, all right, we've got a new Michelle rig, and we've got this TJ rig, so we can just recreate that scene. And that's nice. So enjoy.
Okay, well, it might take 10 minutes, right? No rush, no rush.
Hello, CIC agent here. How can I help you?
Oh, hi. Yeah. I'm currently applying for this visa. I submitted this paper for my application to process faster.
Oh, sorry, but that's not our department's line of work. So let me connect you to a different department. Please hold.
Okay, hang on. I just waited for 1 hour. Could you?
Hello, how can I help you?
Aren't you the same person that I was talking to?
Well, customers do tend to get my voice mixed up with a lot of my colleagues' voices, but clearly I'm a totally different person. Anyway, how can I help you?
Okay, well, like I said before, I submitted this paper for my visa, and I was wondering if you guys received it safely.
Let's see. Oh yes, we do have your documents, and it's currently being processed as we speak.
Wait, it's in process now? I submitted that 2 or 3 months ago. Okay, then when would I even get the result?
Oh, sorry, but that's not our department's line of work. Let me connect you to a different department.
Okay, what? No. Stop spinning me around the other department and tell me the truth. Hey!
I'm outside in the A&B, right outside. TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.
Thank you for doing this.
Yo, I'm finally having fun and not feeling bad about it.